Hey guys, so you guys know how I feel about talking about the counterparts so much, and I know I've been talking about it a lot recently. Spirit just wants me to, so I'm just doing my job, doing what Spirit's asking of me. And you guys know it's like I try so hard not to focus on the counterparts too much, but it's hard to pull away from that focus when it is such a huge focal point right now as far as all the energies going on with the counterparts. Excuse me, with this eclipse energy, it's kind of unavoidable, right? So I got another little message here for the counterparts, but this message is a little different, okay? I'm actually not going to pull any cards either. I just wanted to do a video on this so I can really explain this message as opposed to just doing a post, because I also know with the post, not a whole lot of people see it, and I really feel it's important to really try to get this message out there in a larger capacity, okay? So this is actually more about a message from the divine feminine energy to the divine masculine energy, okay? So I'm saying it like that because something that I think doesn't get talked about enough with this journey is that we each have our own masculine feminine energy within us that is connected to our physical counterpart, okay? So for example, when the feminine is working on their masculine energies, the actual 3D counterpart, masculine, feels that and also experiences growth and healing if the feminine's working on that part of themselves, okay? So that's why I really want to hit that home, and that's why I always say it's a journey. It's your journey. It's about the journey. It's not about the union. It's not about the love. It's not about the romance. That's just the extra yummy good stuff, right? That really enhances this connection and really enhances the mission of this connection. And I know not a lot of people get to experience that fully in every life, okay? So that's also why I really just want to reiterate, it is also about the inner work of both the masculine and feminine within each of us. And the more we do that for ourselves and our journey and our mission, our counterpart does feel that, okay? So I did get a little message this morning in the form of a song, and Spirit's favorite way of giving me messages for the counterparts. It's so funny they do that, you know? It's like, and I've talked about that before, where when you receive messages as a light worker, it's always in the form that you can best interpret for the collective, or that you can best interpret for other people, because they don't want anything getting lost in translation, okay? And music is such a big part of my life. And it's actually, oh, focus. There we go. It's such a big part of my life that I do receive a lot of messages that way. And also for like my specific journey with my counterpart, music is really at the center of it. So that's just why a lot of my channelings come in through music and lyrics and whatnot. So anyway, this one was Try by Pink, who, by the way, fucking love Pink. She's amazing. Pink, if you ever watch any of my stuff, I love you. I think you're amazing. I just fucking love you. Anyway, okay. So I actually have never seen the video. Even though I love Pink, sorry Pink, I've never seen the video before I got the message. I know the song. I mean, who doesn't know that song? But I was like, you know, something's telling me I should really watch the video here. And oh my God, I'm so glad I did. It's exactly what's been going on here between the feminine energy within each of us, within the divine feminine and the divine masculine. It's what's been going on between, it's almost like this battle, right? It's this battle of integration where there's been some resistance here from the masculine energy to the feminine energy. Again, within each of us, which also translates to the actual connection between the counterparts. So I'm going to say that again because I don't want to confuse you guys. Everything that goes on within each of us as a divine feminine or masculine, between our own masculine and feminine energies, translates and manifests to the connection. So for example, if the feminine is low and the masculine's high, that translates over to the 3D connection of the masculine's feeling high, the feminine's low, right? It's just everything that goes on internally does manifest externally. That's probably the best way to say that. So what's been going on recently? Well, recently the feminine energies have been holding space for the masculine energies to do their healing, to do their purging, and that has been causing a lot of resistance and a lot of chaos, emotionally speaking and energetically speaking, for the feminine energy, because there's been a lot of shit coming to the surface. A lot of stuff coming to the surface for the masculine energies has been about old wounding, heartache, heartbreak, pain, and shit that the masculine energies haven't released or have had a lot of hard time confronting, okay? The eclipse in Capricorn, please watch that video. It's going to help you guys for the next 6 months because we're going to post shadow effect of that until December. For the masculine energies, and everyone in general, this eclipse energy in Capricorn is about facing our karma, facing our wounding that have really kept us trapped in cycles that don't benefit us, and in order to break those cycles once and for all, to get to where we're supposed to be, to get to more of that Cancerian North node, love, unity, union, unconditional love, self-love, cohesiveness, to get to that, right? Breaking away from Capricorn energy, breaking away from structure, from image, from patriarchy, from institutional thinking, from duality thinking, into unity consciousness, into more of that, again, self-love, unity, yummy, all that good stuff, right? That's the point of this eclipse energy, and that is definitely what's happening here in the masculine's heart space. The masculine's heart space, it's been a lot of breaking down boundaries, breaking down old ways of thinking that were based on wounding, based on heartbreak from karmics, based off of heartbreak from family issues, also generational issues and past life issues, okay? Because also we have Pluto retrograding and Neptune retrograding. All of that's been happening for the masculine, and the feminine's been feeling that. The feminine's been feeling that. The feminines have been feeling a lot of that depression, anger, resentment, sadness, deep sadness that is coming out of the masculine because they need to deal with it. Now, the masculines haven't exactly been dealing with this that well, and so the feminines have really been feeling the brunt of that. And within your particular journeys, there's going to be differences, okay? So that's something else I really want to hit home. Guys, when it comes to this journey, you can't compare your journey to others. You just can't, okay? You can't. Your journey with your masculine or your feminine is going to be very, very different from my journey with my with my masculine, right? Or anyone else's journey with their masculine or their feminine. It is your own individual journey, okay? So just know that as well. So some of the masculines have been dealing better than others, which means some of the feminines have been a little crazier than others, trying to hold space for their masculine energies in regards to this, causing quite a tussle of the masculine and feminine energies. I even talked about this in that Sag reading, because that Sag reading had counterpart energy all over the place, where there's this almost like battling of energies, where it's like the masculine is trying to purge, but at the same time, because they're purging and they're in pain because they're actually feeling their shit, they're grasping for the feminine. It's like they're clinging on to the feminine to try to get that healing energy to help them get through this, which is why the feminine's holding space. That's what happens. When the feminine's holding space, the masculine is going through some major healing, some major purging, and when it's really difficult, the masculine clings on to that feminine energy to try to pull through. That's not necessarily healthy. That's not necessarily the greatest thing, which is why feminines recently have had such a hard time keeping the masculine's energy out to stay focused on themselves, okay? And that's, I think, the hardest part about this current energy right now on the feminines. So going to the video, as I was watching this video, I was like, oh my god, that's exactly what it is. It's like the masculine's tossing the feminine around. The feminine's like, oh my god, where am I going? Oh no, I'm getting dragged. Oh no, what's going on? It's like that constant the feminine feels like their energy is getting so tossed around and so messed with. For some of you, others, it's just you're feeling that intrusion, right? And you're just like, oh my god, I just need you to try to do what you got to do. And that's what the whole song is about. And literally, feminines, your higher self, your energy has been screaming that at them, especially recently, of, look, we all have pain, we all have heartache. You have to try to deal with it. You have to try and heal for yourself. You can't constantly rely on me to do the healing for you. You have to do this on your own. You can do it because we all have to do it, right? It's almost like a little bit of tough love in a way. So feminines, you're getting to a place where you are shoving their energy out to force them to do this on their own so that they're not clinging on to your energy in this time of intense pain. They're just used to pushing pain out, right? So that's what this whole video is about, where the feminines are basically telling the masculines what they got to do for them. We all go through pain. We all experience heartache. It sucks. And that's just a part of life. That's part of being human. That, yeah, with love can come pain, but then you heal, right? The pain that we experience allows us to grow and allows us to heal, to get to more of a place of balance, right? To get to a more stable place within ourselves, to have more of that self-love, to love again, to love again. A lot of the masculine energies relating to this message have had a really hard time with that, especially regarding the feminine of like, I can't do that, right? Like where the masculine's like, I can't jump into love. I can't do that. I'm not going to allow pain to come in, but it's because they have so much pain they haven't dealt with, right? Because they need to grow. So that's what this whole message is about. I'm going to put a link below so you guys can watch the video. Definitely watch the video. The visuals of it, I was like, yep, that helped. That exactly what it was, like, made a hell of a lot of sense, right? Especially for those in the situations where you have like a karmic in the masculine's energy field, where there's that like addictive kind of factor, right? It's like, it is painful for them dealing with this karmic energy, because when it comes to karma, which feminines, you've had your own karmics. So that's something else in the community that actually really bothers me, that the masculines get so much shit talked about them regarding the karmic. And I'm not justifying anyone's actions as far as like cheating or anything like that. But feminines, you've had your own karmics through your life. You know how addictive that energy is. You know how hard it is to break away from a karmic kind of energy. We all have had karmics in different forms, one way or another. And as hard as it is sometimes to get past the actions that people do to us, that's just an indication of how much more healing we have to do, right? People are always going to hurt us. I think I said this in one of my lives recently. People are always going to hurt us. We're always going to get burned a little bit by people's actions, but it's about how we handle it within ourselves, like how much love we have for ourselves, to understand that it's not about us, that's about them. And it's gonna hurt, but then you work through that pain, and then it helps you grow, it helps you get stronger, right? So that's what this whole song's about. You gotta keep trying, no matter how much people try to hurt you, no matter the stuff you've been through. You have to face it, you have to face your pain, you have to purge through it, you have to heal through it, take your lessons learned, and keep it pushing, keep it moving on. And with the masculines and feminines, as this starts to happen and as there's more and more purging between the masculine and feminine energies within us, which translates to the connection, internal to the external, which is basically just manifestation and how energy works in general. Anything going on inside of us is what's going to happen externally. But anyway, as this starts to happen more and more and more, the two energies are going to, what's the word I'm looking for? Come into harmony. You come into more stability with each other, and that will, as long as that's translating internally, that will translate externally. So for those of you who are just so angry by this whole thing, it's good to visit that energy. Visit that energy as to why you're angry, why you're hurt, why you're upset, and dive into yourself and your own triggers and your own wounding, and that's going to help you to grow and to heal and to come into a better understanding of how energy works and also how this connection works, okay? And yeah, guys, I know it's hard. I know it sucks sometimes. And, you know, even the best of us have our moments of like, oh, that motherfucker, right? Like, even the best of us have those moments. And it's about checking ourselves and checking our own woundings and our own shit, okay? At the end of the day, we've all got our own shit. We all got to deal with it. We all got to try, okay? I'm not saying you need to run to the masculine. I'm not saying you need to chase the masculine, talking to my feminines, because this is a message from the feminine to the masculine. Let me make that very clear. This particular message is from the feminine to the masculine of work on your own shit. Don't cling on to my energy to do your healing, because it's your healing. It's your healing. You got to understand that. That's the message from the feminine to the masculine, okay? The masculines don't like feeling this pain. They don't know how to deal with it. They hate dealing with it, but they got to deal with it. And they can't cling on to the feminine in hopes that maybe I could just put this on them and I don't have to deal with it, right? So feminines, you pushing them out is forcing them to do that, okay? Anyway, I know, big message. I was talking a lot. It's like almost 15 minutes in. But like I said, I'll put the link below. Definitely check out that message. I already did Scorpio. It's processing. I'm going to go ahead and do Cancer, Pisces. And then I'm probably going to do Patreon videos the rest of the day and see how many I can get done. Because I had to take yesterday off, which, oh my God. So that's the other thing, feminines. If you've been experiencing a lot of solar stuff, like I did yesterday, that's your masculine. That's your masculine, okay? I ended up having to do a lot of solar purging because my masculine energy was so intrusive that is like shit. Like I actually did some purging for them. And that will happen. And there's nothing wrong with holding space, but there's that line of I'm holding space for you versus get off my energy. I'm like, it's your time to heal your own shit. There's a big difference there. So holding energy is perfectly fine. That's part of the journey, is holding energy, like holding space for them to do their healing. But when they intrude like that, that's them trying to get you to do their healing. No. That's your healing to do. Right? So try to do what you can, feminines, to create your energetic boundary, to hold the space for them without having to feel their own stuff. Okay, I know that's hard. I know that's tricky. Like I just said, I mean, I had to deal with that yesterday, right? Because my masculine intruded so much into my space. But once you get that little boundary set up and also do your own purging, you're gonna excuse me, you're gonna get to that point where you can hold the space without feeling their shit. Okay. All right, masculines, you got the message? Okay. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. You guys can do this, okay? Bye, guys. See ya.